In short, it appears nothing, at least not for the moment, following an afternoon of meetings here that the president had with his national security team. No decision has been made on how to respond in Syria, but President Trump will speak tonight with both UK Prime Minister Theresa May and the French President Emmanuel Macron about possible ways forward.
In his public appearances today, President Trump was focused on tax cuts, jobs, and trade.
Our massive tax cuts that are growing paychecks all over our country. They're creating jobs and expanding the American dream, just like we said would happen. That's the way it's happened.
But behind the scenes, urgent meetings today with Defense Secretary James Mattis, Joint Chiefs Chairman General Joe Dunford, and other members of his national security team deciding how to respond to last weekend's suspected chemical weapons attack in Syria.
We're having a meeting today on Syria. We're having a number of meetings today. We'll see what happens. We're obviously looking at that very closely, and I will be leaving here. I was there, and now I'll be going back as soon as this meeting is over. But we're looking very, very seriously, very closely at that whole situation, and we'll see what happens, folks.
A senior administration official tells Fox News the White House is confident chemical weapons were used against civilians in Douma. French President Emmanuel Macron said he has, quote, proof that it was chemical weapons, though he did not elaborate on what the proof was. The British cabinet today defied public opinion polls showing just 22% of Britons support military action, agreeing to partner with the U.S. in a statement saying cabinet agreed it was vital that the use of chemical weapons did not go unchallenged. President Trump has blamed Russia for not reining in Bashar al-Assad, saying Vladimir Putin is at least partly responsible for the chemical attack.
It's too bad that the world puts us in a position like that. But, you know, as I said this morning, we've done a great job with ISIS. We have just absolutely decimated ISIS. But now we have to make some further decisions, so they'll be made fairly soon.
After first talking tough, vowing to shoot down any American missiles fired at Syria, Russia today was seeking de-escalation. A spokeswoman for the Russian Foreign Ministry urging dialogue with the U.S.
We're living in 2018. We have all sorts of communication, including Twitter, and we can resolve all the questions like that just picking up the phone, just sending messages, and I think that this is the case which should be resolved through the communication, but not through force.
The president has been using Twitter to send messages, warning Russia yesterday that missiles will be coming, nice and new and smart. That prompted criticism from some members of Congress that President Trump was telegraphing his military moves. President Trump fired back on Twitter today, never said when an attack on Syria would take place. Could be very soon or not so soon at all. On Capitol Hill today, warnings that the president may need to ask Congress to approve a military strike if he goes any farther than last year's strike on a Syrian airfield.
Anything beyond that, he will need a new authorization for the use of military force.
In prepared testimony for his confirmation hearing today, Secretary of State nominee Mike Pompeo said the failed state of Syria poses a mounting threat to human rights, national security, and regional stability, and it deserves an increasingly severe response. And he told the Foreign Relations Committee President Trump has the authority to strike without seeking the approval of Congress.
Yes, I believe the president has the domestic authority to do that. I don't think that has been disputed by Republicans or Democrats throughout an extended period of time.
With no decision by the White House tonight on what to do about military action, whether to use it at all, and a UN chemical weapons team headed to Syria to investigate the Douma attack, the window of opportunity for an imminent strike may be quickly closing. But President Trump likes to keep his opponents off balance and guessing, and the White House still insists that all options remain on the table.